Welcome to today's self-care stretch break. My name's Rebecca. I'm a yoga teacher and a self-care coach who helps women prioritize self-care and feel inner peace through yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. We're going to begin our practice seated today, perhaps cross-legged, or if that's not comfortable, you can always extend the legs out. Sitting up tall, just roll your shoulders back and down. Softly close your eyes for a moment. Just pausing for a moment to just check in. Notice how you're doing today. What's your stress level like? How does your body feel? Notice what feels tight, stiff, achy. Notice what's running through your head. Just noticing the thoughts and then trying to let them go. Bring your focus to your breath, feeling the air flowing in and flowing out. Inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe try to extend that to a 5 or even a 6 count. And just notice as you start to focus on your breath, lengthening and deepening it, how you start to calm your mind and relax your body. One more full deep breath. And let it all go. You can slowly open your eyes. If you were sitting cross-legged, you might want to change the cross so it feels a little wonky. We'll just roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, circle back and around. Good. Change directions, do a few circles forwards. Inhale and exhale. Really trying to connect your breath and your movement together. It's going to help calm your mind, loosen up those tight shoulders. Good. Relax the arms down. Look over to the right. Look straight ahead. And look to the left. And straight ahead. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale, straight ahead. Inhale, look left. Exhale, straight ahead. Extend your arms out long. Just rotate your palms up and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Circle the wrists forward a couple of times. And backwards. Good. We'll all extend our legs out long into staff, sitting tall. Good. Twisting at the waist, we're going to turn to the right. Slowly come back center. We'll twist at the waist and turn to the left. And back center. One more time, twist to the right. back center. Twist to the left. And center. Lower your right hand, reach the left arm up and over. Maybe glancing up at the roof. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Lower that hand, reach the other arm up and over. Glancing up. And come to sit up. We'll come into a nice wide straddle and hinge forward. Maybe flexing and then pointing the toes a couple of times. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Good. Draw those legs together. Bring the soles of the feet together. Come into butterfly and hinge forward. If you wanted to, you could give your feet a little massage, a little love here. Slowly draw those knees together. Keep a generous bend in the knees, flex your feet, and then try to reach for the tips of your toes. You can point your right foot forward. You'll feel a big stretch in that shoulder and the upper back. And if this is just too much, if it's not available, you can always bring the arm across and give it a little hug too. Good. We'll change sides, point the other toe forward. Good. Releasing that, coming onto your hands and knees in tabletop. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Drop your belly, lift the gaze. Tuck the chin round the back. And drop the belly, lift the gaze. Tuck the chin and round. One more time. Good. Child's pose. Take your seat towards your heels. Reach those arms out long. You might keep the legs parallel, or if it feels better for you, you could take your knees wide, more towards the edges of your mat. With your forehead's resting down on the mat, you might turn your head a little side to side, just giving it a little massage. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Curl the toes under and come up on the knees. Coming into camels, so hands on those hips, fingers pointing down, squeeze those elbows together. Sticking out the chest, coming into a gentle back bend here. Sitting up tall, lower your hands down. You'll slowly lower your heels down. Forward fold. Reach your tailbone up to the ceiling. Keep a generous bend in your knees. Let your head and your arms dangle. Might even feel good to kind of sway a little side to side or shake your head. Dumping out whatever you need to. Anything you're stressing or worrying about. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And we'll come up to stand. Coming into mountain, palms facing forward. Feet hip distance apart. Find some length here. Really rooting down, grounding into your feet to rise up. Bring your hands to touch at your heart. Chair pose. Imagine you're sitting back in a chair. You could reach the arms up if you'd like. Bring your hands to prayer. Come to stand. Come up on the tips of your right toes. Maybe staying here, or if it's available, you can slowly start to lift that knee up, or maybe even give it a little hug. You might even draw a couple ankle circles one way. And remember that everything is just a suggestion. If you want to move differently, you always can. This is your class, your time to stretch. Lower that down. Coming back to chair, hands at the heart. Sit back. And just making sure the weight's in your heels. You should be able to see your toes. You can reach the hands up if you'd like. Bring them back to your heart. Come to stand. Come up on the tips of the left toes. Staying here or slowly lifting up that leg, giving it a little hug. You've got that option to circle the ankle and circle the other way. Good. Lower that down, standing at the top of your mat. Just step your right leg back for high lunge. So step back a good 3.5 to 4 feet. Maybe add a little bend to that back knee to find a good hip flexor stretch. Making sure your knee is in line with your ankle. You might reach your hands up. Breathing deeply. Bring your hands to prayer step to the front of the mat, and we'll change sides. Step your other leg back. Maybe add a little bend to the knee. You could reach the arms up if you'd like. Bringing those biceps in line with the ears, wrapping those triceps forward. Bring your hands back to your heart. Step to the front of your mat. Sweep your hands out to the side. Reach them up high. Maybe doing a slight back bend here. Sweep your hands out to the side. Hinge at the waist. Forward fold. Slowly walk your feet back to downward dog. Or you can lower your knees down and go to child's pose. You choose. If you're in downward dog, you might pedal out the feet, lowering one heel and then the other. And then we'll all lower the knees down, taking the knees wide, toes together, send your hips back. Taking 3 deep breaths here. You might even sigh it out an open mouth, just letting go. Walk your hands back towards your knees and come back to a seated position, whatever's most comfortable for you, cross-legged or staff. Sitting tall, roll your shoulders back and down. Just interlace your fingers round your upper back. And interlace the hands behind the back. Open up the chest and the heart. Lower your hands down to your knees. And it's time to just pause and just relax for a minute. Almost everything works again when you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Softly close your eyes, just allowing your natural breath to flow in and to flow out. With each exhale, letting your body soften and relax a little bit more. There is nothing else to do right now. There's nowhere you need to be. when you pause, when you take time to move, to breathe, to prioritize you, you give your family and friends the best of you. Instead of what is left, take 3 more breaths. When you feel like moving again, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit, or shift your hips a little side to side. And just check in and notice how you're feeling now compared to when you first arrived, after taking a little time for yourself to practice a little yoga. When you want to, you can slowly open your eyes, maybe giving yourself a hug. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourself, and join me for this stretch break. If you're looking for longer yoga classes or more guidance one-on-one, you can find more ways to work with me at youfirstyoga.ca. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.